Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome once again to all of you to the physics classes. The students, we were talking about work, energy and power. In that we were talking about collisions. So in one dimension collision we have studied actually. In the last all the things we have studied one dimensional collision means straight x-axis object, one object will be here, one object will be here, one object will be here, it will collide and it will move in the straight one axis. But suppose fix the upper part there itself, if I take it out, it become a plane, no, it become a plane like this, no, now, or in a carom board like this. So I had written I had drawn a diagram like this, no. So what happens, carom coins will be there, so here, so what happens if you are going to strike it, it is not only moving in this direction, no, this may move in this direction, this may move in this direction, not only x direction, y, z, y and x they are going to move. So that is what we are going to talk about, that is what we are going to talk about. So there is nothing but the motion of the two particles in different axes, that is what we have to write down, so that collision in two dimension. Now one object is there m1, another object is there m2. This will going with the velocity of u1, it will collide. Then what happen after collision? One will move in this direction, one will move in this direction. The mass will remain same, okay, so it may be little bigger, it may be little smaller, don't worry about that, okay. So what happened, its velocity v2, it becomes final velocity v1. But what is the velocity in x direction? What is the velocity in y direction? What is the momentum in x direction? What is the momentum in y direction? So plus y minus y. The momentum is m1 v1. The momentum is m2 v2. Final velocities. Now I can divide this, momentum means I can resolve this. So I will get m1 velocity, no, mass will be same, velocity is v1 cos theta, no, if it is theta means. So it is v1 sin theta. For this v2 cos theta, then it is v2 sin theta. If I divide its velocity in x and y direction, its velocity is x and y direction. Now the momentum is conserved from all the things, momentum is conserved. So x component momentum, now I can write down x component momentum. Initial momentum in the x direction is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is 0, no, which is equal to final momentum is m1 v1 cos theta plus m2 v2 cos theta. So I can write down m1 for the x component m1 u1 is equal to m1 v1 cos theta plus m2 v2 cos theta. Then y direction, is there any movement is there? Earlier it was coming like this and hitting, no, it was straight hitting. So for y component initial momentum is 0, After that it gets momentum, that is nothing but m1 v1 sin theta, and it is minus m2 v2 sin theta. This is the momentum. Then you can also write down for the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is a scalar quantity, no need to write down all the directions and all. The change in velocity is total kinetic energy will be same as the top the initial and final kinetic energies you can write down. So in this way, that is half m u1 square is equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. The magnitude of this v1. No? How did we get this? From the motion in a plane we have done, no? A vector ax cos theta and ay cos theta, in that way we have got. We have divided the component. Okay. So that we have got. So this is what collisions in two dimension is. Hence we have concluded the theory part of the work, energy and power here. In the next classes we are going to talk about some of the problems, okay, and other concepts which are little bit left in this, some of the one formula and all that we are going to talk about in the next class. Dear students, we were talking about work, energy and power. In that we were talking about collisions. So we have got the equation, no, for elastic or inelastic collision. For elastic collision we can say, see, initial velocity means u1 and u2 we have written. What is that? Initial velocity of the first object in initial velocity of the second object. So v1 and v2 means what? Initial velocity of the first object, initial velocity of the second object. What is the expressions we have got? That is nothing but v1 and v2. v1 is nothing but m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 we have got, right? That was our expression. Next we have got, this is nothing but 2m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1. See, u1 similar, m1 plus m2 similar. But what is the case? This was the case when u2 is equal to 0, right? The second object was at rest. But what if both are moving in such a way that u1 is greater than u2? u1 is greater, u2 is less, so it goes and collides like this in one dimension. Then what is the expression we are going to get? This is the general expression you have to remember. The first term came same, m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1. So here also 2 m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 comes, plus one more term comes, that is nothing but 2. This term for m2 it comes 2m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u2 comes. So here this term comes, for m2 it comes, because m2 we have to write down, no? So m2 minus m1, here for m1, no, this term, so m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into u2. This is the, in simple manner you can write down this equation to remember, okay? The same term here goes, this same similar term, not same, similar term comes here, that extra terms when both are moving, okay? You have to remember that for m2 it is, so m1 at the place of m1, m2 you have to put m2 minus m1 like that, then u2, okay? Here it is at the place of m1, m2 you have to put and u2 like that it is. This is the equation you are getting, and this is nothing but very I can say what important expression for maybe competitive examination, maybe pure numerical sums. This expression is very important, you have to remember. Don't buy at it, whatever the way I have taught you, in that you remember, that's all and nothing else. But this you have to remember, whatever. Now, I told in the previous videos of mine that we are going to discuss, we have already discussed about collisions, and we were talking about some of the problems and remaining terms I said. So, remaining term one is this, and next we are going to talk about the differences between conservative force and non-conservative force. That okay. Force and non-conservative force. Conservative force and non-conservative force. What are the differences? First, you have to write down the definition of this. Conservative force is that force if the work done by the body is along a closed path is zero. In the case of conservative force, work done by the body for the closed path. No, you don't write down the diagrams. Diagrammatically I am explaining, but you have to write down the words. That is nothing but work done. Okay, force is conservative if the work done by the force in a closed path it is zero. Okay. Next, here it is work done in a closed path is not equal to 0, is not equal to 0. Okay, that is non-conservative. So, next, the work done does not depends on path. Work done does not depend on path. Here, work done is depend on path. Work done depends on path. Next, what are the examples for the work done conservative force? Gravitational force, electrostatic force, the examples. So, gravitational force, electrostatic force, electrostatic force. Okay. So, next, frictional force and viscous force. What do you mean by frictional force? Frictional force, okay, that you have studied in the laws of motion, the opposing force for the motion of the object, frictional force, okay, and viscous force, those are all nothing but non-conservative forces, okay. So, this is what about the work, energy and power, and few of the problems already, numerical sums we have discussed in the case of work, energy and power. Next, we are going to talk about little bit some of the problems, numerical sums. So, we have one problem here, there is nothing already I have written some data. A bullet of mass 0.05 kg strikes a metal plate of thickness 10 centimeter, that is nothing but 10 centimeter means 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Okay, centi means 10 to the power minus 2, centi means 10 to the power minus 2, milli means 10 to the power minus 3. That subscript prefixes that I am going to tell you in the next classes. But now remember that 1 centimeter means that you can make out, right? 1 meter means 100 centimeter, that is 10 centimeter means how much meters, like that it is. Okay. So now metal plate with centimeter with the velocity of 400 meter per second, initial velocity is 400 meter per second, and emerges from it with the velocity of 260 meter per second, means final velocity. Find the average resistance offered, find the average resistance offered by the plate of the motion of the bullet. Now resistive force you have to find out, resistive force you have to find out. How we can find out? We can find out that work done which is equal to force into displacement, right? Displacement we have, force we have to find out, force which is equal to work done by displacement. What do you mean by work done? Work done is nothing but change in kinetic energy, no? So force is equal to, you have to find out change in kinetic energy is half mv final square minus half mv initial square divided by the distance, that is 10 into 10 to the power minus 2, half, that is common term, and I can write down like this, no, half into 10 into 10 to the power minus 2, and m is a common term, I can write down like this, no, that is 0.015 kg into v initial square, how much, sorry, v final square, that is 260 whole square minus 400 whole square, 400 whole square. So what is the value you are going to get, that you have to find out. So do it, what is the value you are going to get. So you are going to get here 0.015 into 676,676,000 minus, okay, so 16, isn't it, divided by 20 into 10 to the power minus 2, okay, so you are going to get equal to so subtract this, you are going to get negative, divided by this you are going to get in this way minus 6930 Newton, that is nothing but a resistive force, that is minus you are going to get. So what you have done, force, work done is equal to force into displacement, but work done that you have to find out by using change in kinetic energy, final minus initial, m is there. So half and m is a constant or common term that you are going to get. So that is what you are going to get. So this is what about. So once again go through it or do it along, okay, by using the calculator exactly you do that, okay, so you can get the solution for this, okay. So this is about for today's class. What we have discussed, that is about the problems as well as some of the concepts. So again, some of the problems we may, numerical sums we may discuss in the next classes. Next classes we were talking about numerical sums. The numerical sums what we have studied, some of the numerical sums we have already discussed based on collision or whatever some other topics. So now one more problem is there, that is a body of mass 20 kg moving with the velocity of 10 meter per second. So one body is there whose mass is m1 which is equal to 20 kg we have written, and whose velocity is, that is initial velocity u1 which is equal to 10 meter per second, collides with another body of mass 40 kg. Another body is there whose mass is m2 we are going to write down, which is 40 kg, okay, moving in the same direction with the velocity of 5 meter per second. So it is also moving with the same, so velocity of 5 meter per second. Now if both bodies stick together after collision, find the common velocity. So you have to find out the common velocity if suppose after collision they are going to what, stick together, means momentum is conserved. For both the cases momentum is conserved, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 same velocity, right, m1 plus m2 into v. So v we have to find out, v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. Now m1 u1, what is m1, that is 20 into 10 plus what is m2, that is 40 into 5 divided by 20 plus 40, that is 60. So you are going to get plus 200 divided by 60, which is equal to 400 divided by 60, which is equal to, what is the value you are going to get? Divide it and find out. You are going to get nearly equal to 6 meter per second, 6.66 somewhat you are going to get 6 meter per second. So I'll erase that because we have to go for the next problem, the sub problem which is there in that. Now the second question is, if okay, I erased it. If heavier body moves with the speed of 8 meter per second opposite to the lighter body, means it is moves in this way. So what was the speed here? 10 meter per second. Here it is 20 kg. Here it is how much? That is nothing but 40 kg, and which is moving with the u2 minus, no, in the opposite direction. So that is with the speed of 8 meter per second. Now opposite to the lighter body. After collision, find out the velocity of the lighter body. Okay, so opposite to the lighter body after the collision. Okay, then find the velocity of the lighter body after the collision. Okay, so actually it is in this way. If two heavier bodies moves with the speed of 8 meter per second opposite to the lighter body. Okay, so after the collision you have to find out the velocity of the lighter body. So velocity of the lighter body, both are moving, means how you have to find out velocity of the lighter body? Means first body, that is nothing but v1, which is equal to, that is m1 plus m2 divided by m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus m1, okay, 2m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u2, isn't it, that formula? So that we can write down m1 minus m2, 20 minus 40 is minus 20 divided by 60 into u1 is how much? That is 10 plus, and it is minus because u2 is minus, 2 into 40 into, this is 5, this is 8 divided by it is 60. So you are going to get minus 200 minus 640 divided by 60, you are going to get 840 divided by 60. So you are going to get the value, okay, so you are going to get the value nearly 14 centimeters, or it will go 14 meter per second, and it is negative. So means it is moving in this way with 8 meter per second, this will 10 meters moves and go, because momentum transfer takes place. Okay, so in two ways also you, okay, that is the thing, in that way, two ways, same formula you can use. Okay, that is the thing. This is what the formula is useful for us. Okay, so this is about this formula problem. So once again we are going to discover one more problem, that is a car is of 900 kg. A car is of 900 kg moving at the velocity of 20 meter per second. is uniformly accelerated with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square. Acceleration of 2 meter per second square for 10 seconds. So 10 seconds it is going to move, not distance, it is time. Okay, don't confuse distance, it is some distance it is going to travel. Okay, you don't know what is the distance. In 10 seconds it will travel. Calculate the work done and the force required to accelerate the car. Calculate the work done and force required to accelerate the car. So what is the work force? Force is nothing but m into a. So what is mass? 900 kg. Acceleration is given. So 1800 Newton is required. So what is work done? Work done is equal to force into displacement. Force is there 1800 Newton into what is displacement. How to find out the displacement? What is the distance it is traveled? We know that x is equal to v naught t plus of at square. So x you have to find out. V naught is how much? 20 into 10 plus half into 2 into t is 100, no? T square. So 2 cancels, 200 plus 100 it is 300 meter. So that we can apply a work done which is equal to force into displacement. Work done is equal to how much? That is nothing but, force is equal to 1800 into 300. 54 joules of work is done. Means that much heavy it is, right? That much of work is done to move this car to accelerate from one point to another, and that much of energy is utilized, right? See, 540,000 or 54 into 10 to the power 4, 10 to the power 4 joules energy is used to accelerate that car for the distance 10 seconds and for the distance 300 meter. So we have one more problem, that is nothing but a bullet of mass 50 grams. Okay, so always we have to write down in terms of kg, right? So mass is 50 grams, 1 kg means 1000 grams. So 50 grams is converted into kg means that is nothing but divided by 1000. So 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg. Okay. So strikes a wooden plank with a velocity of 20 meter per second. Okay, initial velocity u which is equal to 20 meter per second. Okay, and emerges out from, that is final velocity, that is nothing but v which is equal to 50 meter per second. V is equal to 50 meter per second. So next, calculate the work done by the bullet against the resistive force offered by the plank. So what do you mean by work done? Work done is nothing but change in kinetic energy. Work done is nothing but change in kinetic energy. So if you find out change in kinetic energy, it is sufficient so that work done you have to calculate. Now you can write down, that is work done which is equal to change in kinetic energy, work done which is equal to change in kinetic energy, and hence we are going to write down in that way that is initial kinetic energy was more and final kinetic energy is less, but this is a scalar quantity. It is we want difference in kinetic energy, that's all. So what we are going to write down, initial minus final, no, that is nothing but we can write down initial velocity is, that is or initial kinetic energy of m is 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 into v square is how much, that is 20 whole square minus half, you have to write down half m u square minus half m v square. Okay, so here it is, half m is 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 50 whole square, so that you are going to get half is common term, and 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 is a common term. 20 whole square is nothing but 400 minus 50 whole square is nothing but 2500. Okay, so you are going to get 2100. Okay, so you are going to get half into 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 2100, and you are going to get the value. Minus 3 means substitution you have to do, so that you get the value, that is nothing but 937.5 joules you are going to get. And this is what the energy or the work done. We can't say energy, it is the work done. It is the work done which is by the resistive force to stop that bullet. Okay, so this is what we are going to conclude about work, energy and power. So from the beginning what we have studied, work, energy, power, that is nothing but about work energy theorem, for the constant force, for the variable force, that we have studied. Mechanical energy conservation we have studied, potential energy we have studied, kinetic energy we have studied, the SI units of that we have studied, and for the spring force we have studied, and what is that spring force, that we have studied, the conservative force we have studied, and collision we have studied, and different forms of energies we have studied. So all the important questions that I have given, I have told when we have done the derivations, all go through all the topics and write down the points, whatever which is written on the board, all of you write down neatly, and okay, once again go through it, revise it again and again. Okay, so that you will be going to get a clear idea of all the topics. So hence, by saying this, I am going to conclude the work, energy and power. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.